Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase, pricing, and availability questions concerning this watch. Today we discuss a bespoke piece from Gronefeld of Oldenzaal in the Netherlands. Tim and Bart Gronefeld launched this model, the 1941 Remontoire, at the end of 2016 for the 2017 model year. Now, only 188 movements were produced, and this watch in my hand was not only a bespoke commission, but it is one of only two ever delivered with this burgundy beaded guilloche center dial. So this watch in white gold with custom dial is extraordinarily scarce even by the standards of a 1941 Remontoire. The watch in white gold, there were several different metals, is 39.5 millimeters in diameter, and you can see that if you look at it in cross-section, 10.6 millimeters thick, exactly 47 millimeters from lug to lug, with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. The watch wears nicely on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. You can see why this was the 2017 GPHG Men's Watch Prize winner. It's the Oscars of watchmaking, and this is a GPHG laureate. The watch wears well. You can see it's short across the wrist. I'm pulling the strap tighter than necessary because the strap's not broken in, and I'm just holding it in place rather than pinning it. But you can see that this would wear well on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters, even over the top, which exaggerates the width of the watch. You can see the lugs are not beyond the end of my wrist, and then you have right here a better down the barrel to show you the clearance. The strap's a nice piece, really nice actually. Large, rectangular symmetrical scales, always indicative of a good cut of the animal. And some of the big brands, they will cut leather very thin, and it begins to feel like a cheap sort of cardboard or even paper. This is meaty. This is satisfying. This is, of course, a Jean Rousseau strap, which is the OEM supplier to a lot of high-end brands like De Bethune and F. Pigeon. It's calfskin on the bottom, and you can see it is a fresh strap, not crimped, not gouged. It's matched with Gronefeld's white gold pin buckle, which has the name with the umlaut. And then, of course, you can see it echoes the design of the lugs a little bit. Design parallelism at its best. It's got an FT stamp on the back, as does the case. So these pieces made by FTOR, which I believe is a Richemont owned company, or at least a Richemont affiliated company in Switzerland. So if you're wondering why there's Swiss hallmarks on this Dutch watch, that should clarify. This is a beautifully contoured case. You can see how the lugs are attached. Razor sharp, the break between lug and case. And that's before you get into the incredible sculpted hollow of these concave lugs, which are mirror polished in their entirety within those recessed confines. There's a fluting on the top of the lugs that articulates it a little bit. We have this conical knurled Gronefeld branded crown, and then we have a concave bezel, except for 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, where it kind of steps up to give it a bit more volume and visual strength. This is a very, very special watch. You can see just how well fabricated this is. Looking closely at the junction between lugs and case. This is casecraft at its absolute best. But the dial is even a step up from that. Now, the center dial is the beaded guilloche. If you take a quick look, you can see that all of these little beads are actually polished recesses within little cut cylinders. And there are concentric circles of them radiating out from the center. This burgundy beaded center dial makes the watch one of only two made. We have a sterling silver outer dial that's been blackened. Then we have individual applique indices that are faceted, but also a media blast matte finished just like the hands at center. These are alpha style hands, and you can see them. They are matte finished. The cannon pinion at center is polished. Taking a look at the bottom of the dial, you can see we have a small seconds display. And let's just go back to the setting mode for a second. There is a hacking seconds function, so you can synchronize this watch to a reference time. This is blackened at center, and then we have a concentric satin brushing with a little bit of an outer step. Take a good look at the index that overhangs the governor for the Remontoire. Well, you could see that it is a matte index just like the remainder, but it also sits on top of the bridge. So if you look closely, you can see there's actually a bridge under that index. So the extended cantilevered index is also a cap for the governor bridge. Now the governor is quite a piece. As you can see, golden chaton fixing the pivot jewel as we would have seen in the pocket watch days. Let me get my cloth to remove some of those flakes of dust. Now you can see really well. It's on a satin base, and then the governor is entirely mirror polished on its top with extraordinary rounded bevels on the sides and the flanking facets of those three masses. And so every 8 seconds, it will spin, governing the transfer of energy from the mainspring to a secondary reservoir that directly feeds the escapement. Now this will start to slow down as the watch runs down to a lower state of mainspring wind, and ultimately there is a stopworks on this caliber G0F that will halt the watch. So at the point that the remontoire device is no longer functional and able to maintain constant torque to the escapement, the watch will stop itself, because the Gronefeld philosophy, shared with many in watchmaking, is that it's better to have a watch stop than to start losing time, because that's an insidious thing. You can overlook a loss of time and wind up late for your flight or your meeting, whereas a watch that stops is much more obvious to the user. Jumping back to the dial one more time, you can see that we have several different layers of dial here, and it's the combination of the dial design, colors, materials, textures, tones, and the case metal that make this such an unusual piece. Turning it over, you can see that the movement is beautifully decorated. That's not a surprise. The Gronefeld brothers are veterans of Audemars Piguet Reynaud et Papy, where this kind of decoration is considered to be the coin of the realm. But what's important here is that it's done in distinctive fashion. So we have bridges of stainless steel, and there are no Côte de Genève, and this is why. The Gronefelds also worked in restoration, and it was Bart Gronefeld who told me this year at Watches and Wonders that when you find a damaged, striped bridge with Côte de Genève, it's basically impossible to repair it. So they only wanted to use decoration that could be refinished if bad watchmaking or accidents were to befall these parts. So all the bridges are steel, and then the bridges feature recesses in media blast with brushed channels around their edge, and then their outermost faces are these mirror polished, hand finished, and rounded bevels. So that's what's going on. Stainless steel, of course, is also a more durable material. It's difficult to finish, but you're gilding the lily a little bit by saying, yes, we can finish stainless steel to this degree. And the reason there are no stripes is because this is designed to be a repairable finish in case anything should happen down the road. Now you can see quite a bit of poly noir, or black polish here. Black polish is a type of polish that only reflects light from one specific angle, and so from any other angle it appears black. Everything turning black here is poly noir. It's a mirror finish, typically executed with a spinning tin plate or diamond paste. And then you can see these steel parts that are black polished, and all the black polished parts are steel. They're also beveled on their side. We have quite a few golden chaton cups fixing pivot jewels. This is how it would have been done in the pocket watch days. And the Gronefelds are third-generation watchmakers, so if you go back to Grandpa, he probably would have worked on pocket watches like this. You can see we have this triple pallet locking lever that allows the energy from the barrel to transit through to a secondary, smaller reservoir spring, and 8 seconds of energy gets transferred to that reservoir spring, which then directly drives the escapement and impulses the balance. It's a 3 Hz beat rate. It's a 36 joule movement. It is a free-sprung architecture for greater precision in setting the time and regulating it in the 6 positions. But then the free-sprung architecture, not only does it allow easier regulation, it's also tougher and more resistant to shock. You can see the overcoil hairspring is used because it makes the watch resistant to positionally induced timing deviation. I mentioned 188 movements. You can see that this G05 caliber is number 62 of the 188. Taking a look at the barrel, you can see that the barrel features a cover that is snailed, and then above that we have this lovely solarized ratchet wheel. You can see that it's solarized and its center is mirror polished and concave. The click is polished, the click spring is polished. Those are more poly noir elements. We have satination on the wheels, which have a distinctive double spoke design. You can see nickel anthracite base plate with perlage on it, and then we've got the bell gable form of these bridges. They look like the sloped roofs of traditional Dutch homes. And so that's exactly what the Gronefelds are going for here. Now, you don't want to overwind this. You can damage it by forcing it point past the end of the mainspring's wind. So this is not like those modern slipper movements that have slipper clutches or bridles inside the mainspring. They don't use like an automatic style mainspring. You can overwind this watch, so when you feel resistance, stop there. 30 meters water resistant. The Gronefelds recommend that you not swim with this watch, splash or rain exposure only, but it's a nice big movement too to fill this case back. You can see 32 millimeters in diameter, a really nice size for a 39.5 millimeter watch, and emblematic of how the Gronefelds do things right. They're also a lot of fun to meet. Reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details. And just in case I did not emphasize, 35-hour power reserve with constant force to the escapement for the entire duration.